Hey everyone! In this video, I'll show you 5 trunk and core strengthening exercises that you can do at home without any equipment to improve your proximal stability. And if you don't know what that is or why it's important, check out my shoulder exercise video to get a good explanation. If your sitting balance is still a little bit off, make sure that you have a caregiver nearby for safety. And if you're new here, my name is Elise and I'm an occupational therapist and certified stroke rehab specialist. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and leave me a comment if you have a question or feedback on topics that you'd like to see me cover in the future. With that said, let's jump in. Exercise 1, leg lifts. Sitting in a chair or on a stable, flat surface, knee lifts can be done one of 2 ways. How I'm showing you here with my entire leg lifted, my knee is slightly bent because I have very tight hamstrings. This is the more challenging way. Or you can modify it by just lifting your knee as I'm showing you here. The goal with this exercise is to lift your leg above hip height, which is why I was just pointing to that area, and to squeeze your lower abs while you're doing so. This exercise targets your lower abs, low back muscles, and hip flexor muscles. Exercise 2, oblique twists. Sit upright and clasp your hands together. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Move your hands slowly to the left side of your body and then to your right side, squeezing your abs as you move from side to side. You can see that I'm taking a break in the middle, and that's a nice way to modify this exercise. Do not rush through this. You want to protect your spine by moving gently and slowly. Also, remember to breathe with each repetition. It's easy to hold your breath during this exercise. Now, to make this a little more challenging, you can see that I'm moving from side to side without taking that break in the middle. You can also lift and hold your feet off of the ground while doing this exercise, but only if it's safe to do so. This exercise targets your abs, obliques, and hip flexors. Exercise 3, side bend. If leaning to the right side, you'll raise your left arm and use that to guide you as you lean towards your right, and vice versa. The goal of this exercise is to engage the side of your trunk that you're leaning towards while lengthening the other side. Now, if it's too hard to lift your arm, you don't have the range of motion, or if your balance is still a bit off, just focus on reaching down with one arm, leaning towards that same side, and contracting your core muscles while you do so. You'll notice here that I'm alternating my hands on my lap to help me keep my balance, and that's something that you can try as well. This exercise primarily works the obliques and some spinal muscles. Exercise 4, hip hinges. If you can, clasp your hands together and gently raise your arms to shoulder height. No surprise here, but you'll think of your hips as a hinge and bend forward at your hips, contracting your abs while you do so. To modify this exercise and make it a little easier if you have trouble holding your arms up, you can place your hands on your thighs and bend at your hips. However, to make this exercise more challenging, you can lift your feet off of the floor during this movement, but only if it's safe to do so. This exercise activates your hip flexors, abs, and low back muscles. Exercise 5, push-ups. No, I am not going to ask you to get on the ground and do military push-ups. We're doing seated push-ups today. So make sure that you're sitting on something really stable and place your hands on either side of your hips or on the arms of a chair if you have them. Keep your feet planted on the ground. You're going to push up through your legs, arms, and activate your core while you try and lift your hips and bottom up off the seat. If you've ever heard the phrase nose over toes, this exercise is a way to visualize that. It is a necessary prerequisite to standing. Engage your core throughout the entire movement while you're raising and lowering yourself. And if actually raising your hips and bottom off the seat is too difficult, you can modify this exercise by just focusing on the push-up and contracting your abs without actually getting your bottom off the seat. It's still a really beneficial movement with the modification. This exercise works your whole body, arms, legs, and core. Okay everyone, that's it for today. If you found this video helpful, please remember to share and to subscribe to my channel. I'm also going to leave a link in the description below to my free ebook, the Stroke Recovery Pocket Guide, if you are still on your recovery journey but feel kind of like you're at a loss of where to go next. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.